Hey y'all, I'm Addie Dyer, and this is Sidelines. Welcome back to the show. We've got a great lineup for you guys today, covering all things sports. Today we're going to be talking about BYU-I's football teams, Idaho Spuds Kings hockey, and BYU's recent game. So joining me on the panel today, we have Hadley Seaman, Harrison Kelly, and Lindsay Belknap. Let's see. So first up, we're going to be talking about our football teams with Lindsay. So let's dive right into that.
So football season is underway for BYU-I, and I had the opportunity to head to the field, interview some of the players, and just ask what they're looking forward to most on this season, and as well as a question that everyone is dying to know. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Belknap. I'm with Sidelines, and I'm here on the football field today to interview some football players on what they think and how they feel about the upcoming season. All right, what's your name and position?
I'm Xander Wolf, wide receiver.
I'm Miles Hinckley, and I'm a defensive lineman.
And then what are your thoughts about this upcoming season? What are you excited about most?
I'm excited just to play with a bunch of my boys. A bunch of us already played kind of the first couple weeks before we even started. All got on the same team. We've been buddies for the past couple years, so I'm just really excited to play with all of us.
Being able to hit someone, be able to go hit a quarterback, especially quarterbacks. I love hitting those guys.
What's your go-to snack or food before or after a game?
I gotta go Skittles. I love Skittles. So Skittles before a game, before and after. Skittles are the way to go. I have some in my pocket while I'm playing, so Skittles are the way to go.
Yeah, those are good.
The goal is to have Texas Roadhouse rolls before the game. So.
Okay, wait, but with or without the butter?
Oh, with butter.
Yeah.
That's all. I like it. I love it when they give me the big pint of the butter.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta have.
Yeah.
That's why I dip my roll in. So yeah.
Nice.
Wonder if we're going to see some Skittles on the football field this Saturday.
I know, hopefully they're not scattered all over the field. Also, wouldn't it be kind of sticky though? Because wouldn't it melt into the field?
Maybe if it was racing, I don't know.
That'd be kind of nasty. Well, their kickoff to the season is tomorrow, actually, on Saturday. It's at 2 p.m. in the BYU-I Stadium for Spirit Week for the Bluebowl. The Vikings go head-to-head against the Bruins, which they're the first team that goes, and then right after it's the Spartans and the Hurricanes at 4:30 to follow. So.
That's really interesting that they have the Vikings and the Bruins facing off for Spirit Week, because the Vikings are actually a legacy team. I mean, we used to be Rick's College, the Vikings, and so they got the legacy teams, the Vikings, and then the Bruins apparently are a legacy team, even though Rick's College was never the Bruins, and then they just have the other two teams, the Hurricanes and the Spartans, playing later that evening. So it'll be interesting.
It'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting game. Yeah, so our eyes will be at the football stadium on Saturday at 2 p.m. for the Bluebowl. Thank you, Lindsay. Addie, what do we got for BYU football this week?
All right, well, let's talk about it. So BYU's football team took on West Virginia last Friday at Lavelle Edwards Stadium, and the Cougars did keep their undefeated streak alive with another win. BYU came out fast with 2 early touchdowns, and Parker Kingston in the first quarter. Their quarterback, Bear Bachmeier, threw over 350 yards and added a running touchdown, keeping the Cougar offenses rolling. So one of the biggest moments of the night came from Chase Roberts, where he actually made an 85-yard catch and run that had the whole stadium going crazy. He ran down the sideline and was nearly in for a touchdown, but was tackled just short of the end zone. But he did end up setting up another score for the Cougars.
That stiff arm right there, that first stiff arm right around the 10-yard line allowed him to get within the 5.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that was a good.
I was
a
watching
great
it.
drive.
I was like, this is just crazy.
Yeah.
But also, our running back, LJ Morton, also added 2 touchdowns, actually rushing touchdowns too, and the defense made some key stops to secure the win. And BYU finished the game with 38-24 win, moving to 5-0 on this season.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I have one more. This is just from the press conference, but it's kind of what Coach Kalani was talking about after the game and how he felt.
Got the win and did some really good things. Obviously, I'm a little frustrated about some of the things that we didn't do well, but I think winning, I told the team, winning's hard, and so you have to celebrate it. But I can't wait to get to work on finding ways to improve as a team. So I had to do a better job as head coach, make sure these guys play at least 60 minutes.
I think he highlighted some areas that, the team could improve, but overall, they did absolutely amazing, and the team's momentum is just always strong, and it's going to stay strong, and they're going to prepare to hit the road tomorrow. And Harrison, you're going to talk more about that, right?
Yeah, well, BYU, that game was very impressive, especially from the true freshman Bear Bachmeier. 350 yards is a feat.
Crazy.
I was about to say that. Actually, did you guys know that Bear Bachmeier, the 350 passing yards, that's the most anyone has had any passing yards yet ever since BYU has joined the Big 12. That's the most passing yards yet in history. So
I was just about to say
Yeah.
that. Literally just about to say
Well,
that. And
there you
I
go.
was going to say, it's literally, that's an incredible feat from a freshman.
Yeah.
And he's got a cannon on him. I talked about this last week in the show, but I remember talking about the head coach of Portland State the very first game and what he was saying after that blowout loss. And he was like, man, that guy's got big legs and he can really drive. And he's like a running back, too. He can
He can play everything.
He can get out of the pocket. He can drive through the holes. And didn't he make a touchdown this last weekend too?
He did, yes.
I mean, his rushing is incredible. He's a great quarterback. And LJ Martin, that running
Wow.
back, he blew every hole in that field. He was incredible. His yardage, his rushing yardage was incredible that game as well. But there were some mistakes. Coach Sataki was talking about in the press conference. There was a couple of fouls that I remember watching the game, and even the announcers were saying, "Oh, I'm sure Kalani Sataki's not happy about those." They would pan over to him, and he'd just be like, kind of angry. And fair. I mean, you have this team. You're 5-0. You're one of the top teams in the Big 12, and you cannot make mistakes like that because you play a team like Iowa State. You use mistakes like that, you're gonna give them yardage. Game over, and so it's good. It's early in the season. They're able to refine their team a little bit, but they look to shake up the Big 12 this week as they head to Arizona tomorrow night. They're heading to Arizona. They're playing at 6 p.m. They're looking to defend their 5-0 undefeated title or undefeated standings in the Big 12. They're also undefeated in the Big 12 as well, and this is a Big 12 game, so it's a big game for them. And the MC Crossroads is also hosting a watch party for BYU football where you can find t-shirt sales, there's halftime games, a lot of people show up, and they even have Cougar Tales coming all the way from Provo, Utah. Yeah. So we have our own little, like Lavelle Edwards Stadium here in Rexburg.
Well,
so make sure.
Don't they always have in the halftime, while halftime is going on, they do that Cougar tail eating contest?
They do
or whatever?
Cougar tail eating contest.
I've seen it, and every time I see it, I'm it makes me sick to my stomach. So I cheer on the people that actually partake in that. So
yeah, I don't know if I could. Sometimes I struggle to eat a full Cougar tail because it's not just your normal little maple bar.
It's 12.
It's like
12 inch.
what, a foot long, isn't it?
Something like that.
It's like
maybe
this,
over.
Maybe a little bit over. I can't remember the exact
Or
specs.
pushing to a yard.
Yeah,
just getting somewhere.
They're huge. So yeah, you could watch someone pushing one of those down.
If that's what you want to go watch.
Yeah. No, but the big thing though this weekend is Arizona. They're 4-0. They're doing pretty good. They're 1-1, I think, in the conference. They lost to Iowa State.
Yes.
And that was a pretty bad loss on Arizona's part. So they're looking for blood. This will be an interesting game just south of Utah in Arizona, down in Tucson. So make sure you go to that watch party tomorrow night. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. But I just want to get your opinions here. What are we thinking the spread's gonna look like? Who's coming on top? What's the spread? What do you say, Addie?
I think BYU on top.
What do you think the score?
That's a really hard question. I gotta say. Let's see. Let's see. 48-32.
All right, it's gonna be a heavily offensive game. Okay. All right, what do you say?
I'm feeling the same. I feel like it's gonna be a very close game. I'm thinking they're gonna be neck and neck the whole time.
Yeah. I'm saying 27-24 BYU.
I'll say 35-32. I think this is going to be a very close game. Speaking of, we've already talked about it. BYU has had mistakes in the past. The last game before West Virginia, when they went on to Colorado, I stated that it was just penalty after penalty. It cost them so many yards that, like, I just think it's going to be such a close game that I do feel like BYU is going to win. But they just got to watch their mistakes and fix them before this game happens.
Yeah, so with that higher score, I mean, we're looking at the defense. The defense won't be able to make as many stops as they have in the past with Arizona. And yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Remember to watch tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. And it'll be airing on ESPN2, but also go to the Crossroads. Come join us. It'll be a lot of fun.
Should we all pop out? We should all go.
Yeah, let's go. No, I'm planning to be there. I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah,
we gotta
I'll be
there.
there.
It's gonna be a pretty big game. It's a Big 12. It's a Big 12 game.
This is
this is a little more important than just a regular season game. So it'll be really interesting. Well, we'll now transition to Hadley. She went and looked at what the Spud Kings are up to right now.
Spud Kings.
Yeah.
Who knew that Idaho Falls had a hockey team? I did not. So this was very fun for me to look into. So it's the Idaho Falls Spud Kings. They're part of the NCDC division. Let's see, they started in 2022, so they're a bit of a newer team, nothing too crazy, and they actually won the Dinian Cup Championship earlier this year, the 2025 championship in April. So that was a really big moment for the team, just because they're such a new team and everything, and just blew it out of the park last season. So the new season started earlier in September. They've won all 3 games they've played so far, and they're doing great. Their next game is this weekend. On the 10th and the 11th, they're playing the Grand Junction Riverhawks. So they're headed to Colorado for this weekend. So we'll see how they're going to do. I feel like they're going to take home the win.
Yeah, I think something that's really impressive with the Spud Kings is their first season or two. They kind of struggled. They were a new team, brand new team in the league, and a brand new home in Idaho Falls. The Mountain America Center had just been built like the year before, and they were struggling a little bit to get on their feet. And then Anthony Bone, their head coach, joined the team. And since he's joined the team, he has totally reorganized the whole organization. And I really give a lot of credit to him why they took home that Dinian Cup championship. I went to their welcoming party at the Mountain America Center back in April. I got to interview Anthony Bone, and he's just a solid coach. He's really changed the team, and I think the league is looking at the Spud Kings as the top contender for that championship again this year. And one thing to also note too is the Dinian Cup Championship is being hosted in Idaho Falls this year at the Mountain America Center. So it's a huge deal. Spud Kings are looking to defend their title.
You guys, add that to your calendars.
I might have to get into hockey.
Yeah.
I've
never watched a match,
How
but
is your guys' hockey game? Like, have you guys ever played hockey before?
I've never even been to a game.
Okay, so here's the thing.
never watched.
I played hockey in middle school.
What?
But it wasn't on skates though. They literally all they had were just the hockey sticks, and we were just running around like on the basketball court. Like that's all it was.
Yeah.
But it did get me a golf scholarship when I used to go to my old school. Yeah.
Are you like Happy Gilmore or something? A golf scholarship?
That is so cool though.
But yeah, it just in middle school we were just running across the court, not on skates or anything, because we've talked about that of how I am on my skates. So
Did you say last week?
yeah, it was giraffe on skates. Yep.
Yeah, we gotta pull footage. That was awesome.
That's so good.
You know, when I grew up actually playing street hockey. I grew up in a cul-de-sac in the neighborhood with a bunch of kids my age, and all of us had hockey sticks, and we would use we'd use like roller skates, but they were like roller blades instead of roller skates.
Oh yeah.
And we would have, my mom was a soccer coach for us as a kid, so we'd have 2 soccer goals at each end of the cul-de-sac, and we'd take like a little tennis ball or a little wiffle ball, and we'd play hockey in the street. And so I grew up kind of playing street hockey. It's not like regulated
We should
ice
get that
hockey.
started for like intramurals.
Well, actually, they've been playing with the idea
Really?
of adding an intramural hockey league to the university. It's just really expensive. They didn't really have a place to play. But last week we talked about the neutral zone opening, and maybe in the future that's a possibility for the school.
That'd be so cool.
Hey guys.
That would be great.
Let's all sign
We're gonna
up.
have to see Lindsay out there.
Maybe they'll have to bring hockey to BYU-Idaho.
I think
So
so.
sick.
Yeah.
Especially utilizing that new ice skating rink.
Yeah, and how it's open year round. I mean, impressive. If you haven't heard about the neutral zone, go check out last week's episode of Scroll Sidelines where we talked about touring the inside of the neutral zone. Got a little insight for that. So go check it out. They do public skating, a lot of really cool things. Year round hockey practice. It's great. Great. Well, that's it for our show this week. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to tune in next Friday, for the episode 3 of Scroll Sidelines. I have Addie Dyer, Hadley Seaman, Lindsay Belknap. I am Harrison Kelly. Make sure to follow us at BYUI Scroll on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube at BYUI Scroll. To also not miss a story from BYUI Scroll, check out BYUIScroll.org. Thanks for watching.